This month has been big in terms of my job situation. I quit my job. Yikes. Terrible lighting. It's spilled. When I tell you this fish grill is hitting, it's hitting. Okay.
Drop it low, she drop it low. She put my coat, she put my coat. She talking to me.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we are doing another Adult Diaries video. This is the Adult Diaries video for April, which means that is Adult Diaries number 4. So yeah, you guys know that I have started this series on my channel where I just kind of talk to you guys about everything that has went on in the past month and hopefully provide some sort of motivation through my experiences with things that I have learned, and hopefully start to encourage some conversation in the comments and just in our community as we build bigger and better. As we build bigger and bigger on my channel. Let's just get into it. So I feel like April, I wasn't expecting to be as crazy as it was, and I feel like every month I say it's like, oh, it's crazy, it's crazy. Like they all are, like every month is crazy in its own way. I feel like the biggest struggle in April this month has been with my mind. Honestly, me having a mental breakdown or 2 mental breakdowns was like a wake-up call that I needed to reassess the things that were in my life and also just kind of make sure that I got myself back on track, because the mindset, when that falls off, like everything else falls off. So this month I had a lot of opportunities, I feel like, to film, and like I apologize if this isn't like an actual vlog because it's not like it's not really a vlog. I would like to make them more like vlogs in the future, but I don't know. I'll find the balance. I definitely will find the balance. This month was filled with a lot of opportunities to film, like with Easter going on, and like I had a lot of like new kind of experiences. Like I went to Dave & Buster's, I went to eat with some friends and stuff. I went to eat a lot, and like those definitely could have been captured on camera, but sometimes like you just want to be present in the moment, and it's like really, it's just not the vibe to like pull out a camera and like film everything. So like, I mean, I'm sure I'll find the balance of that as well as I continue on my little YouTube journey. But yeah, you guys are just getting a glimpse and I'm rambling. It's okay. It's fine. Dance-wise, you know, I had the opportunity to choreograph for a show, a dance show for some high school kids, and their show was actually April 21st, April 22nd, and I went to go watch it, and I brought Donovan along, and it was really good. They really did what they needed to do. So it was nice to choreograph and stuff. And what really was nice to hear I can't speak. Guys, I haven't filmed anything in a minute, so, and when I mean a minute, I mean I haven't filmed anything in the beginning, since the beginning of like April, so like, if I'm weird and I stumble over my words, that's because I can't talk anymore. Anyway, so it was just really nice to hear some of the students, like, one, they gave me a thank you card, which is really sweet. And then also, like, some of them came up to me and, like, said they were really inspired and just, like, they really loved my piece and it was fun and, you know, like, they loved my choreography. So, like, that kind of stuff, it's like, you don't know that you're influencing other people. You don't know the impact that you have on them through the art that you present or just through, like, you being there in general. And it was just nice to hear their feedback and how they felt with this whole experience. I've definitely had classes where like they didn't really want to be there, or like they just like maybe they didn't like my choreography, or they didn't like certain elements of it, or maybe I didn't like reach them or impact them the way that I had hoped. So it's nice that what I was able to bring to the table, what I was able to choreograph for them and come up with for them, they enjoyed, and it impacted them in some sort of way. So that was nice. It kind of like warmed my heart a little bit, you know. Secret treasures keeps on getting better. So in the beginning of the year, I said that I wanted to take like 2 classes per month, and then slowly increase it and work my way up to like 8 classes per month, right? And this was because, one, like financial reasons, like dance classes are really expensive, especially with inflation and stuff. Dance classes range from $20 to $30 now for one class. So like I wanted to make sure that I was going, but I wanted to ease my way back into class. You know, fast forward, I get the work study situation happen. So like, you know, now I have the funds to take class. So I started to push myself to take more class. And this month, I feel like I took class when like I felt like it, but it was definitely more than 2 classes a month. Like I'm definitely doing more than 2 classes a month now, like, which is great. We love that. I'm like surpassing my goal for dance classes in general for the entire year, because I've definitely taken more than 8 classes per month, and that was my goal for the end of the year. So yay for me. But going to these classes every week, it's kind of like I feel like old habits and old thoughts, like negative thoughts, starting to like eat at me again. And I feel those habits coming on again, and I'm trying to push them off because I've worked so hard to get into a different headspace and not be influenced by my experiences to the same extent that they were in the past, because they broke me. So the fact that I'm taking multiple classes and going back to the studio all the time, and now I'm fully immersed in like the dance world again, I feel all that negativity, all the bad habits that I have had coming back to me. And I think a lot of that is because some of these teachers and choreographers I have seen for a while, and they saw me like before COVID at a certain level. Now I'm coming back and, you know, things are different. I haven't danced in 2 years, and I'm trying to get back to where I was and also surpass that. It's kind of like a restart button. It's not completely restarting, but it's a restart button, and I have to, like, it's a process. I have to get back into it. So like when I go into class, sometimes I feel that those choreographers or teachers that have seen me before COVID have this expectation of me based off of my previous me. They expect me to be at a skill level based off of my previous self. And it creates negative thoughts and energy because it puts a lot of pressure on me to perform at a level where I'm not even that person anymore. So that's the kind of stuff that goes through my head. And then in addition to that, it makes me feel like these choreographers / teachers, they're disappointed because I'm not exceeding their expectations to that certain level, that old me. So those kinds of thoughts have been going through my head, and I've been just trying to, like, you know, talk myself out of those things. And one of the things that I have come to the conclusion is, like, it's not about being like a good dancer necessarily. Of course, you have to be like good. You can't just be like bad to be a professional dancer. But it's not necessarily about being a good dancer, the most skilled dancer. It's more so about bringing what you have to the table and knowing exactly where you're gonna go with what you have to bring to the table, and knowing that you do have something to bring to the table. And even though it's not fully developed yet or you're working on it, but you still have something to bring to the table. So it's that kind of stuff that I have to continue to like tell myself so I don't like have another breakdown or decide that I'm never going back to class again. So YouTube wise this month, I wasn't as productive as I thought I was gonna be. I didn't produce as much content as I was anticipating, but it also gave me a chance to like think about what I want my next moves to be like. I do feel like social media, one of the mental breakdowns that I experienced was probably influenced by social media as well, because I feel like social media can make it seem like social media gives me FOMO. And I had some intense FOMO. And I was like looking at everybody's stories, like scrolling and stuff. And just like, I don't need to see all that all the time. And then like, not only does social media make it seem like you should be doing what somebody else is doing, but it also, I feel like it messes with my creative process a lot, because it makes it seem like, oh, well, you should be editing the same way that so-and-so is editing, or you should put out content like this. Yeah, stuff like that. And I just want to make sure that from now on that I'm working towards cultivating my channel and my brand towards things that shape me. So it's just like social media is weird, and I think that I had to take a little detox because I don't want social media to influence the way that I decide to live my life or the way I decide to put out my art or content. Last but not least, this month has been big in terms of my job situation. I quit my job. And here's how it went. Guys, today's my last day here. I had to film this way because it's better lighting. I don't know why I'm whispering. Kind of like afraid to just come walk in. It's gonna be awkward. Like, oh my gosh, she's vlogging in the break room, but I want to break right now. And I'm gonna be out at 9:30, and that'll be it. And I won't have come back here as an employee, and I won't. That'll be that. Period. So this job that I had, past tense, this job that I had was supposed to be a seasonal job, and they liked me, so they kept me on a little bit longer, and I was okay with that. But I think that at some point it was like a lot more, ended up missing out on a lot of like dance opportunities. And also I just like, it was very draining to be there. And also I try to really listen to my heart and like what I feel like God sends me signals to. And he was just telling me leave. Like, girl, this needs to be your last month. You need to leave. So I initially put in my 2 weeks notice in the middle of March. And I was supposed to be out by the middle of March. It just wasn't the vibe anymore. So when I put my 2 weeks notice in, I felt relieved that I was going to be out in 2 weeks. And to be countered with another offer to keep me to stay, not only did that make me feel like small and weak, but it messed with my mindset in general, and it made me start doubting myself because I didn't trust myself. And I stayed for a little bit longer, but ultimately I was just like, after my 2 weeks was up, like I felt miserable. I felt very miserable, and it just wasn't the vibe again. I felt like that was the wrong choice, and I felt that immediately. So I had made a decision. I'd ultimately made the decision that I was going to put in my 2 weeks in the middle of April. And when I did it this time, I was like, no, this is it. This is going to be it. And like I said, initially, when I first put in my 2 weeks notice, I actually was debating whether I should stay or leave. And I thought, you know, if I stay, then I will have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to like financials and stuff like that, because I'm still working, but I'm also going to still be miserable. If I leave, yes, I'll be happy and be able to do what I want to do, but the work that I do may not come as frequently, and I may be less financially stable. Ultimately, staying wasn't worth my happiness, and it wasn't worth my mental space and my mindset in general just being compromised. I didn't mind the job itself, but like, when it's time to go, it's time to go. I wish this was a little bit more structured. This video was a little more structured. But what I want to say here is that it's important to trust yourself and trust your plan. Trust your process, trust your plan. All the things that you've planned out in the beginning of the year, or things you planned out last week or this week or whatever. Like, trust the plan that it's going to work out the way you want it to, and the way it should, and the way that God sees it for you. Because me, as soon as I decided that I was no longer going to work there, I started to receive more blessings in the next 2 weeks that I thought were possible. More financial blessings. And here I was thinking that I was not going to be as financially stable because I was going to leave this job. No matter what other people may think or may try to project on you what they think you should do, trust yourself. No matter if people think that you should take the safe route, trust yourself. Your happiness is not worth being compromised. You only live life once. Every day is, you only get that one day once. So it's not worth it. Trust yourself. You're gonna do amazing things. We're gonna do amazing things. Okay guys, I know this video is really, really chaotic. Probably should have planned it better, but I think that this month I just felt a lot of different things and a lot of different aspects, and I wanted to talk about all of them, and like, that was just not good, because now I'm talking 30 minutes and it was supposed to be like a 10-minute video. But I really love having this series because I feel like when we look back on each month, like, it's gonna be amazing to think about all the growth that we have had, like, mindset wise and mentally, because we've been documenting it, you know? And I think it's important to document things like this, especially like how you feel mentally, because that kind of stuff, when you think about it and you look back on it and like you rewatch it, or if you journal, I've been journaling, if you journal and like read back, you're like, dang, this is where I was. You're like, okay, well, this is where I am now. But yeah, thank you for being here for all my chaos. I know I wasn't joking and laughing as much as I normally am, but I mean, not every single day is gonna be a hee hee ha ha, like, you know what I'm saying? Not every single month, every single video is gonna be a hee hee ha ha. So I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys resonate with some things that I said. Let me know down in the comments if you do. And yeah, I'm really excited for the upcoming months. I know people always say that because they're like, you guys will stop playing, you guys better stay tuned. And I feel the same way. Like, I'm prepping, I'm planning, because this year has to be the best year yet. And I want that in several aspects of my life. And we're gonna do that on YouTube. Get ready for a bunch of content. That's all I have to say. And if you want to see me actually post a little bit more, go to my Instagram, go to my TikTok as well, because we're gonna be amazing in all of those aspects of social media and just keep flourishing. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. So if you guys are interested in watching this video, just keep watching. Oops, I forgot, I don't do that anymore. To keep track of like the growth that I have experienced in this past month. I mean, I will try to vlog more and talk less, but you know, I am Gabby, I talk a lot.